Welcome back to Put You On. My name is Michael. I'm here with my dad.
Hey everyone, it's Mike.
And today we're listening to an album called Discovery, and it's by Daft Punk. So we did one Daft Punk, Random Access Memories, which you loved. I told you that was one of my favorite albums ever.
We're going to have to take our old space helmets and turn them into something else.
I think they're in the trunk or somewhere in my closet.
Spray paint them black.
Yeah. So that was, when we did that, I told you that was their last album. Basically, they never made anything after that. That was 2013. So this is going way back. This is their second album. This is from 2001. It was a massive, it's still probably one of the most iconic dance records. You'll probably know a couple of the tracks, I would imagine. It was super, super popular. It was something that kind of really revolutionized dance music, house music, brought a lot of those sounds to the mainstream, especially, in America.
EDM stuff and all that. Yeah.
Because they're two French house electronic producers. So this is, if I had to rank all their albums, this is probably right behind Random Access Memories, the one we did. The sound is still very different though from that. I mean, it was a 12-year gap. That one had a lot more, it had a lot more different experimental sounds on it, Random Access Memories, and, it had the couple Pharrell tracks on there. So this one is definitely more disco to me, more disco, more dance. Even though there was a decent amount of those sounds on Random Access Memories, I feel like that was a little more, grand with all those space things and, the taking off and the robots finding life. And,
yeah.
I would say this is more core sampling house music. They described it at the time of making it as relating it to their childhood and their discovery of their love for music and not having any background on judging it, just hearing sounds that they liked and putting them together and, doing things that sound cool to them. So this album kind of reflects that ideology of the discovery of sound and dancing.
Oh, One More Time. I know that one.
Yeah. So the first track, One More Time.
Right off the bat.
I mean, that just shows, right?
Yeah.
2001. So this is very early 2000s, but this song in America was
a mega hit.
Mega hit.
Yeah.
So that's the intro track.
Okay.
Just jump right in. So not going to be too much lyrically to break down.
Right.
Composition-wise, sonically, it's a very good listen. Probably haven't heard this song in a long time, huh?
Is it purposely lower?
It's just the beginning.
Oh, it's the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay.
One more time.
Show with my disco shirt.
It's gonna feel weird sitting and listening to this, but
not for me. I mean, 70s. I know, that's what was happening. So. And it was so big that even the Stones would find, they'd be out and they'd hear something and they'd try to work it into a rock.
Yeah.
I guess early sampling.
Yeah. I mean, the sampling on this album is great.
I mean, the royalties that they're getting from this alone.
Yeah.
I mean, every time this gets played.
23 years later.
Celebrate. Don't wait too late. Celebrate.
Little Michael Jackson influence there with the Brett Breeders.
Feeling so free. Celebrate and dance so free. One more time. Music's got me feeling so free. We're gonna celebrate, celebrate and dance so free. One more time. Music's got me feeling so free. We're gonna celebrate, celebrate and dance so free. One more time. Music's got me feeling so free. We're gonna celebrate. One more time. Music's got me feeling so free. We're gonna celebrate, celebrate and dance so free. One more time. Music's got me feeling so free. We're gonna celebrate.
Yeah, if you
throwback,
yeah,
big throwback.
Just even contemplating that it was 2001,
yeah,
and it really doesn't sound that old.
Yeah,
you know, it doesn't sound 70-ish. You can tell it was, you know, has its roots there and its DNA from all the original disco.
Yeah,
but
you can tell that they put it's their modernized version of
the use
whatever
of
that
synths
was.
And voice tweaking and auto-tune really changed the game for a lot of these guys, I think.
Yeah, it's like taking a more classical element of it and kind of futurizing it with, but still what they do very well, which we talked about on the last album, is like finding that one instrumental loop or drum loop.
Yeah.
And it being good enough that it can carry a full track, you know.
The
just
build of
working
the
in and out.
horns is nice. That's a classic, you know. Ba, ba,
Yeah.
ba, ba, and then, you know, it drops.
But I'm excited for you to hear some of the
I'm interested.
deeper album cuts that you wouldn't have heard.
No.
Like track number 2, which is called Aerodynamic.
Okay. Oh, no.
Yeah, right.
Wrong bad.
Sounds like it.
Wrong listening session. I like that. It sounds like it's an old transistor.
Yeah.
You know, without stereo.
Yeah.
Like very mono. Using the mono on both tracks at the very beginning made me think, wait.
It's like thin at first. But
yeah, mono. Yeah, no, not stereo. Sounds like a nice guitar solo if it was electric guitar. Actually, that's kind of based on classical music too.
Yeah.
You know, just even the over and over, but in different pitches. That's wild. I mean, that could easily be like pulled from like, I mean, I don't know them, but like Bach or, you know, something like somebody you would hear like play those on like some kind of an a piano or organ or whatever they used in the day. Feels like a glider.
Yeah.
So like I feel the aerodynamic part of that.
Pouring in the back.
And it crashes into Big Ben. The London Clock. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, cool track.
It is, honestly, that's what I was feeling. Like it was borrowing some, you know, like from some very, very, you know, long time ago.
Classical elements.
Beethoven or Bach or, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't listen to classical music, but I know it always had that, you know, repeating piece, you know,
shifting the key,
So,
but then them doing it with
cleverly used,
you know,
with a synth.
modulated sounds,
and the guitar part. I mean, you just know that had to be manufactured because I think anybody playing that as a solo, their fingers would be arthritic, you know, by the time they got through. Yeah, that's hard. I mean, that's not easy. You know, to have that speed.
They've always been good at incorporating live instruments into the electronic.
Okay.
Sound.
Like, so there is like studio.
Yeah, remember like when we listened to the Giorgio by Moroder one with that German guy that was talking about the history of music, and they had all the different drums and performers in there. Track 3 is called Digital Love. You get to hear their actual vocals now come in, which I'm sure you'll remember as soon as you hear what it sounds like.
Being mono. Makes it feel like a 90s sitcom introduction.
Last night I had a dream about you. In this dream I'm dancing right beside you, and it looked like everyone was having fun. The kind of feeling I waited so long. Don't stop, come a little closer. Oh, I don't know what to do about this dream and you. We'll make this dream come true.
The French robot. Yeah, you're right. A lot of the fading it down and then pulling it back.
That one lasted longer than I thought it would. Sounds like the Logical Song by Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah, similar key sound.
Not too big of a fan of that one. I guess it really held me the whole time, feeling like a sitcom, like a Full House or Urkel, opening tune. Aside from the electronic twists and some play on the instruments, that whole dun 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 dun. It felt like starring.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, it didn't do much for me, that one.
Yeah, I don't really see I don't really get the feel that you're feeling.
It's like, I don't know, when they were doing all those, like, the closest I could feel is like Full House or any of those family type sitcoms that were on. It feels like an opening, the opening theme for one of those shows.
I'd be sick if this was.
Not the whole thing, but like the main piece really reminded me of it.
Kanye is also big into sampling, so
right.
He sampled this track for his album. So yeah, this is another iconic Daft Punk song.
I mean, you had to be in that year. You had to be under a rock if you didn't hear these songs.
Yeah, they were so big. So yeah, track 4.
So far, everyone has had the intro being duller than the main part.
Yeah. And then it comes in.
Yeah.
Work it, make it, do it, makes us harder, better, faster, stronger. More than power, never. Ever after work is over.
how they came up with the idea for this. Taking these 8 words and just
yeah. Definitely never heard the
full thing.
Yeah,
it's so
always
good.
just the little pieces. Yeah, I had no idea it had that much, especially in the beginning with the hi-hat.
Yeah,
the cymbals, that was good beat. But yeah, I didn't realize there was that much to it other than the little snippet that they just, killed everywhere.
well, you probably just know it more from Kanye.
No, I know it more from like commercials and stuff, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, picture like, Ford trucks, bigger, faster, stronger.
Yeah. I feel like it definitely got more commercialized when Kanye used because Kanye samples this
now that it
specifically this part right here.
Yeah.
This is from Stronger.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably the best part there because their voice bleeds into like the notes.
Yeah.
It's almost like, they start hitting the same vocal point that the notes hit, which
and
is
before all
cool.
the vocals are broken, like they take 2 words, 1 word, then 2 words, then 4 words.
Yeah.
But then once it hits here, they put all of it together for the first time. It's cool that Kanye heard this too and was like,
nice jam.
I got an idea.
Yeah. Never over.
Yeah. I was wondering if you've heard the whole.
No, I didn't. I mean, there's not much other than, that one part, but I've never heard the whole. It's always just been, either the sample or on a commercial or something.
Yeah, that's a classic track. Track 5 is called Crescendolls.
Crescendolls?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Huh. I could see that being like in a Disney movie where all the mice are running around having a little party. I don't know, my brain just worked that way.
It's a little mini.
Can you see
party.
it? Yeah. Or like, remember Ants? That movie is.
Oh yeah.
Where they're all giant. The world is giant. They're small, doing different stuff with the leaves.
Can't unsee that now.
It's exactly what it feels like for me. Spinning each other around.
Or a bunch of dolls.
Like Toy Story. A ripped up Toy Story segment. A disco
It's a small
segment.
world on, on coke.
That's the old classic.
Scratching it.
Yeah. It's not like everybody's doing the wave when it comes out in that turn. Yeah, I mean, I'm intrigued that like EDM or a disco or DJ type of sound, as opposed to like real singing or rapping, I don't know how many albums there are like this.
Oh, there's a lot.
Are there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's a whole genre of music. That's extremely popular.
That a DJ will put his stuff together on a track, or on an album, or a collection of stuff. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like most DJs now don't put out albums really. It's definitely more.
That's what I meant. Like
it's more singles and remixes,
and they're known by like their live sets.
Yeah. Track 6 is called Nightvision.
A little more subdued.
Yeah.
Good come down from that big.
Yeah. A lot of very high energy.
Big energy song. Pretty. Reminds me of this song I'm missing. Not alone.
Oh.
You know that one?
Not in love. I'm not in love?
No, I think you're not alone. Call you up.
Yeah, I'm not in love.
Is that what it is?
I'm not in love.
Oh, I didn't even know the name of it. That's it. It feels like that.
It's just a silly game
I'm going through.
Yeah. That's a great song.
It is. I feel like this could have been the background to it.
I want to say it's like
crisscross
or 2cc.
Yeah, crisscross maybe.
Let's see.
I think it's like crisscross.
10cc. I was close.
Oh, 10cc.
Yeah, that's a great song.
Yeah, they were. That was.
But yeah, it's the very
very chill,
soothing, very atmospheric synth. Like, yeah, there's actually I want to say her name is Kelsey Lou, has a cover of that song, I'm Not in Love. And that's like one of my favorite covers of all time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I love that song. I first really got into that song with that movie, Guardians of the Galaxy, that Marvel movie.
Oh, yeah?
Because the main character has like a Walkman that he would carry around that had like all classic like 80s tracks on it.
The headphones were like this.
So the soundtrack to that had it in it, and I loved it ever since. Track 7 is called Superheroes.
I have a feeling we're going to hear some of this stuff at Patrick's wedding. Is he a fan of Daft?
I have no idea.
I mean, isn't this his...
He has very obscure
He loves
music
this kind of stuff, I think.
Some of their sampling coming into play here.
Yeah, I hear it. Yeah, I find it very interesting. Like, this all feels like stuff that they might put together for someone to use, you know, as opposed to their main thrust for putting something like this together. Like it sounds like they're very good at just like production and getting that riff.
That's what the focus of the album is.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really what the focus of Daft Punk is.
Okay.
You know? A lot of their themes and the music has to make you feel whatever the title is without any lyrical
they're not
content.
Obscure titles, like they didn't just say cardboard
even the
box
Nightvision one feels like very late night,
you
know, walking around. It's nice to have a little
Yeah, a little
more smoother tracks here,
almost like
coming off of the big party dance.
Yeah, and it almost implants the seed in your mind is what they want you to imagine. Like even Aerodynamic, I thought, had that soaring, like it could be cool, it could be supersonic.
It could help. It just helps tie in the feel of what you're supposed to be listening to.
Yeah.
Instead of having it be
just
track
sounds.
1, track 2, track 3.
Right.
Yeah. Track 8 is called The High Life. So now it's like, we got a famous person's house party. Rich person's mansion. Or like driving with a convertible or something.
The way they use the mono and then jump up to the beat really makes the beat part feel that much heavier.
Yeah.
Yeah, this feels like pool party. Like everybody's in the pool, knocking a beach ball around.
Yeah.
Drinks everywhere. A daytime one, though. That's what I'm picturing.
An artist that reminds me very much of Daft Punk now is that artist Jungle I was telling you about a while back. Like that album I said that just has a lot of sampling and sound.
Okay.
We didn't do it on the channel.
Okay.
I was just talking to you about it in general. But it's a lot of this, like samples and
feels for what the music is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I find it
like good
I find it cool that the titles really
tracks.
give you or even the song, even without the title, the song is just giving you a vibe of what you've experienced in life. It's happy music. It's not. I mean, you can't listen to this and you wouldn't go listen to this if you were sad, and you can't help but feel good listening to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. Beach ball. It could be even beach ball.
Yeah, that's a.
It's just good.
I mean,
feel good.
We said everything
song.
During, so
yeah, definitely a feel good song.
Yeah,
well, you don't have to pay attention to lyrics, but that's the feel I got. His favorite.
My friend Alex. No, this is just his favorite artist, like of all time, is Daft Punk. He was wearing a Daft Punk sweater when I saw him.
Oh, no kidding.
And he was
at
like,
the Kanye.
Yeah, and he was like, you got to do Discovery. And I was like, I said, it's on my list. Like it's one of the next albums we're gonna do.
Okay.
So yeah, shout out to Alex, cool guy
for planting the seed.
Track 9 is called Something About Us. This is one of my favorite Daft Punk songs.
A little more R&B. Off-putting that thing with their sound. I get the feeling like he's choking almost, like it's,
No.
yeah, that's how it feels. I mean, it's clever use of it, but it almost sounds like he took spoken word and chopped it up so much, so fine that you can't even hear, other than, you know, like maybe going and then and then tweaking it or playing with it, but or how like Peter Frampton used to do with the, you know, where you talk wow wow wow, where, you know, where they talk into the tube. Mm-hmm. I don't know what that's called.
It's just called a voice box. I think.
Voice box, yeah, like Aerosmith on Sweet Emotion. That's what that. It sounds like he's going wah, 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 wah. But the way it's chopped up, it almost feels. It sounds like someone choking. But chill vibe, very chill vibe. Yeah, the, you know, bump, the beat, the bass guitar plucking.
Love that song. Beautiful, great,
nice,
great
little
verse
singing line too. Yeah,
Daft Punk. Yeah, and just rich. Silky production.
Very chill,
nice.
Very chill song.
Yeah, I love it. Track 10 is called Voyager.
Is that just on this album that they do the low to bass, or is that their trademark, or like I don't remember it on the other one so much. It's really,
I think it's
used a lot.
Used a lot on this album, yeah.
Okay. Like, you know how you told me producers have their trademark.
Yeah,
it would work if they did that.
Yeah, it's not all the time. It's just a lot on this album.
Yeah, it just makes when it comes in, it makes what you're hearing for the first minute like make more sense.
Yeah,
it's like yeah. And I love my first minute. Like, you know, where are we going? Yeah. Where are we going?
It's a sick bass sound. It's like almost a little bit electronic, but
you can hear like when they hit the string.
Yeah,
it's like that last string kind of vibrates. Watch.
Yeah,
like that one. Like,
and it's like down in the right side.
It's like he's hitting it so hard that it just vibrates right through. Nice Prince style.
Yeah,
playing. Prince was a genius at that.
Yeah.
So Voyager, I can't help because of my age. Just always think of the space shuttle stuff,
which you know they're heavy into that.
Okay.
Well, I mean, all of just Random Access Memories with like Contact and Take Off and Come Down songs. So
now they hit the throttle again. They're going forward. Let's go to the next galaxy. We hung out that one for a little while. Let's go to the next one. Yeah, now we're here.
Another very just vibey. I hate using that word, but it applies very well.
Yeah, I mean, what else are you gonna
to this album?
Yeah,
a lot of the tracks.
Yeah,
and each one having their own specific feel.
It's definitely a feel good. I mean, it's intended to feel like a feel good. You know, it's feel good sounds.
Yeah, and even the slower ones are.
Yeah, nice interludes, a nice break from the upbeat.
Emotional, yeah. Track 13 is, let me not fuck it up.
What was that say?
Is Veridis Quo.
Latin.
Veridis Quo. I always go to say Verdi, but it's Veridi. There's I.
So this is what I like the Bach, the Beethoven.
I think this is one of the more popular songs too.
And those other songs that I was saying had that feel, like if you were to change it to organ, this is what I was imagining when.
Even just there, it goes from the low to the high.
Yep.
And then it goes.
It's very clever. It's very clever. It's almost like taking what those guys did and giving it the
electronic spin,
sound to it. Yeah, it's very cool.
One of my favorite classical artists is Holst. You know Holst, Gustav Holst. He made this album called The Planets, where each song was the name of a planet and the entire soundscape was supposed to represent the atmosphere of the planet. Oh wow! Which is kind of a good connection to Daft Punk, I feel like.
So I'm gonna
being that they have their sounds that their songs that make you feel certain.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm going to take a risk here and try to guess the Latin. I think Veridis is probably, I think it has something, I think it's a form of life or something life.
I'll look it up and then I'll let you try to figure it out.
And quo, I don't know quo.
Veridis Quo is a wordplay on the Latin phrase "co vadi," which means "where are you going?"
Okay. Kind of appropriate, then it would come after Voyager.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it feels like classing up classical music.
Yeah.
Like making it, you know, I guess if you wanted to introduce classical music to younger people, this is a great gateway to do that. I personally never understood classical music. I thought all the organs and things were just, I couldn't get behind it.
I like
That's all they had.
of it.
You know, those were the instruments they had at the time. But I'd say this song is my vision of what maybe two of the other ones I heard that had the techno heavy part. This was more true to like a classical sounding piece.
Yes.
If you had to, if I had to describe it.
And like similar to those like spacey ones from Random Access Memories, where
I mean,
like,
when he
you're
throws
just kind
in
of
the
traveling and so like spacey and
twinkly
fantasy. Yeah. Track 12 is called Short Circuit.
The robot.
Yeah, they are robots.
You know, the funny thing is, it sounds like it was easy to throw this shit together, but you just know how hard.
Yeah. Well, I think that's kind of like the
anything else
discovery aspect of it. Like I said,
finding
what the
that
album was based off of was like just taking these sounds and what sounds cool and just composing it together. See, but now they Daft Punked it here.
Yeah, they daft it up.
Take it a different direction.
I know they use the word daft in Europe a lot, England and Ireland. I think that means like stupid.
Yeah.
Right?
I
like
think
dumb.
so.
Are you daft, man? It feels like the song is starting to melt.
Yeah. Your trip's starting to go south.
the wax on the candle is finally dripping. Oh no.
What was the dosage on that?
Why is my face melting? You have a beautiful nose, man.
God, man, these edibles suck. 10 minutes later,
oh no. Make it stop.
It goes from this.
Yeah. And then it just starts to melt away.
To this. It's like
wavy.
groovy disky to
wavy gravy.
Cool song. But something like they always do up until their last album was like taking these influences and eras of music and sound and then, you know, paying homage to it, but also
that whole
integrating.
I mean, Herbie Hancock. You know that song by Herbie Hancock?
Which one?
I mean,
I know the name. This was
80. I'm gonna say 80.
You're close.
84.
83.
Okay. And not just, and when he came out with this, so many people then jumped on that bandwagon to just, you know.
I gotta play it for that.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what's crazy is when we did Random Access Memories, I remember there was a couple of
things I turned you on to.
Yeah, and that you pointed out, and I remember that one kid, Alex. He told me after that video. I think I told you. He said
that
this.
He was
like,
know?
He was like, how did he pull that fast? So you're doing it again now. But again, it just shows that Daft Punk.
I mean, the influence is there. They're not
musical knowledge.
I like that they're not trying to deny, you know, that they're.
Yeah, I mean,
using. I think what you just said was great. They're paying homage in different ways by by the sounds you're hearing, but they're dafting it up.
Yeah, I mean, like that Random Access Memories was like, that whole album was almost like, we would say it like a celebration of music and musical eras. And
Oh yeah.
like even having,
This one is more subtle because
Yeah,
of the
a little more
classical
subtle.
stuff that's in there and the more slower ones.
yes, but I'll play this so they can
I
hear.
think this album is richer.
I mean, it's very, very similar.
And the whole, that's all it is. The whole boop, 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 boop. Right?
Yeah. This is Daft.
It is. Reincarnated. I mean, right?
Oh yeah, that's crazy. And I don't know if I can show the video, but the video is very
Yeah, it's all weird. It's
dystopian,
like, you know,
mannequin robots. And,
yeah, or half, right, I guess like a broken Toy Story, where where the toys are all broken.
but this is them just putting their own.
They're having a party.
Their now modern era spin on what this sound was.
Right, because then it goes into this wave.
Yeah, that's
which
cool.
is pretty cool the way they came out on
Yeah.
that, well, the way they exited that one.
13 is face to face. That was all Quincy Jones
Oh,
production.
yeah, of course, yeah.
Mike.
Talk about an ear for music.
That guy was an
Oh my gosh.
absolute legend.
The whole, what if you,
Yeah.
what if we,
Yeah.
wow, this has got everything.
I must admit, it's my pride that made me distant. All because I hope that you'd be someone different.
I like
I know about you.
I like their voice here.
It will always make you blind.
The other ones felt very young. They sounded, I mean, I don't know what their age is,
At this time, I don't know. I'd have to do the math.
but they sounded, on those other ones where they sang, they sounded very young.
Well, they're also, those were heavy effect,
Okay.
heavy vocal effects.
Do they credit anybody on this one for this?
I was just checking, but it doesn't. It
mean,
just
that-
says their name.
The guitar part sounds very familiar.
Until I hit the bottom. But when I faced you in my blank confusion.
Yeah, it's only their names on the credits.
Just them?
Yeah.
Was a mere illusion.
This is the closest I've felt to maybe like a rap sample.
Yeah. Like the aggressive chopping of the
Yeah,
vocals.
and with not much else going on.
Yeah.
Face to face.
That's good. That was a good one.
Yeah.
That was a good one because their voice was it felt natural. I like, I know they were messing with their voices on the other ones, tweaking it and auto-tuning it, but even on the ones you said you get to hear their real voice, like if it didn't feel like they sang very well. But on this one, I think the singing on this one was especially good, in my opinion.
I'm looking at who the singer is because I don't know. Oh, this is Todd Edwards. He was also on Random Access Memories. He did Fragments of Time. I never even knew that. I just looked it up on Reddit.
And it's crystal
Todd Edwards.
clear that I don't
Oh, that's
ever
cool then.
want
That
it to end.
Great
they've
voice.
been
for that.
collaborators
I would
since.
never leave.
This was 12 years after. That's pretty
I
cool.
remember liking this one a lot.
Yeah.
That whole, I'm feeling like that it was
Which
something.
song? This song?
Yeah, well, no, we were just
Or this one?
yeah, yeah, right.
It sounds like there's a few things being sampled here.
This part. No, not yet.
Todd Edwards said that in the making of the song Face to Face, Daft Punk sampled 70 songs.
Okay, well that would explain
70.
that would explain why I
70.
yeah
What the
that's
fuck?
crazy. That's crazy. Which does make sense that it's going to be like impossible to.
So probably every sound you're hearing is an element of some other song. It's nuts. Wow.
They don't say it. It's a very accurate sample is what I'm saying. Like,
okay, there's a video someone made on YouTube that is all of the known samples.
We're gonna have to
play that. Yeah, we'll play it after the album.
Okay.
Wow, 70. I thought it was like 4 or 5 different songs. That's fucking crazy.
So think of how hard that is.
Oh my God.
I mean, we've seen guys struggle with like one piece, right? Over and over and over. How do you?
That shows their talent. Like,
how do you pick that apart and assemble
you can
it?
tell why someone like Kanye would be such a fan of them at this.
Oh, of course.
In these times, because knowing how his brain works, he's probably hearing this and being like,
"I got that. Wow. I got that. I got that." He could probably pick it all
what
up.
I do, but in a different genre. Dance.
That's awesome, man.
It's the final track, track 14. It's called "Too Long."
Too long.
Too long, too long, too long, too long. It's been much too long. I feel it coming on.
It's gotta be him again.
It's getting strong.
Singing.
This is
It's been much too long.
Roman Anthony.
I feel it coming on. The feelings in my bones.
Feels like an old acapella, like guys on the corner. Yeah.
Can you feel it?
All the different harmonies.
Snapping.
Yeah.
Yeah, the snapping's good.
Yeah.
This album pumped me up for sure.
Yeah. I mean, it starts off with some classics.
It did, but not,
musically.
And because you've heard them, it's like, okay, I've heard it. But the rest of it, I'd say some of the other ones are even better than the big hit.
100%.
Okay, you agree?
Yeah. Yeah.
The long wait is over. The weight is off
It's a great one too.
I'm taking all control, yeah.
Yeah, this has a little Michael feel to it.
Yeah.
So free. I'm where I want to be to get the best of
But
me.
all with that driving.
Yeah.
BPM, disco.
Can you feel it?
It's also a very like dance thing that they do is like where you start with one element, like a bass line,
And then you keep,
then you get a drum,
enrich it. Yeah.
then cymbals.
I feel it coming on. The feeling's getting strong. It's been much too long. I feel it coming on. The feeling's in my bones. Too long. Can you feel it? Too long. Can you feel it?
Snaps back.
Can you feel it? Too long. Can you feel it?
You can almost hear the Michael in the back.
Yeah. I mean, this is such like a dance
man.
floor. It's almost like they're playing a full set for you in this song.
Yeah.
Little club set.
Oh, yeah. So cool.
They're in the other
Like
room.
they're in another room, yeah. And you're, now you go over to see what's going on. You open the door.
Yeah, peek in the studio.
Yeah.
You guys recording here?
They're very clever. So this is called Too Long. I'm sure somebody must have said to them,
You gotta cut this.
Yeah. How long is this one? I mean,
10 minutes.
Oh shit! You didn't even warn me. You sneak.
I was gonna wait for you to say it.
I mean, it's long, but it's not. I mean, it just.
I mean, it's already 8 minutes.
If you're
in.
cleaning the house,
Yeah.
if you're vacuuming, what's next? All right, polish the glass. and the fact that the voice isn't like annoying. It could ruin the song.
It's been looping for 7 minutes.
Yeah, but it sounds like he's singing it not even on a loop.
Mm-hmm.
You hear that part?
Yeah.
I want to say I'm embarrassed to like this, but because you've been introducing me to so much, yeah, like
This legendary album.
I guess it feels like for me, you know, with my background, this feels like a guilty pleasure. Like I wouldn't, you know,
Like all the electronic sounds.
Yeah.
But still, for a 10-minute track, I think bangs for.
It doesn't feel like
10 minutes is a long time.
But I think you're right. It does feel like it almost feels like they're giving you a bonus track of what it must be like if you're at one of their shows.
Where they're just playing.
Yeah.
Letting the songs.
Yeah.
Loops go.
That's
beats
not
go.
it, is it?
That's it.
No way.
Yeah.
How many was that?
That's 14 tracks. With the 10
See?
minute one in
Okay,
there.
so
and
this
it goes
is one
by
of those
fast.
ones
It's
that-
over an hour.
Yeah, this is one of those ones that feels like if you... I mean, I wouldn't have been surprised if we were like halfway through.
Yeah, no, that's 10 minutes. That's a long time, and it flies. Absolutely flies by.
The last two were really, really good. They were well placed.
Sampling, beats, driving.
Yes.
I mean, Face to Face is fucking
Like
crazy with
and
all
that's
these
where it
stuff.
feels like it was. I don't know. It feels like it was just getting going.
Yeah, it's
Not just getting going, but it was peaking.
it's ramps more at the end.
Yeah,
but then you kind of get that's it. That's what I'm saying. It feels like you're about,
which
it's like
is
pumping
nice.
you up.
That's good. It leaves you wanting more. You always want people wanting more.
Yeah, and it's
that's
still a very
awesome.
satisfying.
Yo, man, I'm impressed.
that punk's sick.
I'm a little embarrassed to say it, only because like it's not my genre.
Yeah,
But
it's
that
why
was
we're
a
here.
guilty pleasure.
it's a fucking great record.
listening experience.
I mean, 2001, like
Yeah.
that's what blows my mind. It just sounds so
I
fresh.
mean,
like,
if you were a young person like you going out and someone played this from beginning,
oh, I mean, right now it's like
wouldn't you not? I mean,
Yeah.
do you feel like you could sit still? I don't think so.
yeah. And the crazy thing, like I'm saying, is I'm not huge into electronic music now, but I've definitely gotten more into it the past couple of years, just because I have friends that like it a lot, and like a lot of these sounds, like
These are the legends right here.
yeah, and like these sounds are like kind of making their way back now into modern music. All these vocal sample,
I just thought of it.
which what
Evil Woman.
by, or you don't know.
ELO. Coming. Here you go a little further. Here it comes.
Oh, I know this song.
There it is. You heard it? Now go back.
Let's see.
Right here.
Maybe a little bit.
100%. How did I pick that and make you go right to the one?
We'll see. Well, the video will tell.
Okay.
It'll reveal if you're correct.
I enjoyed that. I really did.
Yeah, it's
I
a
really did.
fucking
I was
banging
surprised. I mean, I thought it still surprises me that a full album of
Dance cuts. Yeah.
as opposed to disco music
Yeah.
where there's like the Bee Gees or something. It's you know,
They revolutionized the sound.
and I'm surprised. I enjoyed it, but I'm also disappointed that it ended
Yeah.
I hate hearing stuff like that.
I mean, that's over an hour, this album. It flies by with a 10-minute track.
I've felt more uncomfortable on other longer ones.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. For the length,
I just thought we were getting
flies
going.
by. Yeah. So yeah,
Nice.
that's Discovery.
Thanks, man. That was great.
That's one I've been like, like the Plastic Beach by Gorillaz. These to me are like,
okay.
I hold them close. Like they're just all time. And both of those albums, being old and just, they're sounding so.
Yeah, they don't sound old. No.
Yeah, just timeless albums. So yeah, that was it, Daft Punk. We're going to watch that. I'm curious to watch that now. See if you got that right. If it's your first time finding us, consider subscribing. We did Random Access Memories, which we talked about a few times. That was a great experience also, listening to that together.
This is one where we weren't too philosophical about.
Like I said, Random Access Memories I feel like has a lot more in the story of the robots and the themes of the song. I mean, there's still themes in
if an artist is going thematic, I think our videos are more it leads us to more of a discussion.
Yeah, which we still had a lot here, but it's
a different kind of discussion. It was more about
the creation of
what are you feeling, what are you seeing, as opposed to what are they trying to tell us.
Yeah. So yeah, if you want to watch that one, you could check it out. It'll pop up over here. If you want to subscribe, consider subscribing. We post new videos every week. If you want to see this uncut version, if you're watching on YouTube, you can head over to the Patreon, see the full version uncut. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next week with a new album and new video. Peace.
Bye.